This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City.
To those of you who are curious to how real the tension is between Eric Adams and the Biden administration, look no further than the grimacing look on Eric Adams' face as he is forced to stand next to Kamala Harris at the 9/11 memorial yesterday. Prior to the ceremony starting, Harris and Adams can be seen standing side by side next to one another, with Kamala Harris having her back towards Adams almost the entire time as she laughs and exchanges pleasantries with New York Governor Kathy Hochul. Now, if we're being honest about what Eric Adams is dealing with right now, as we speak, Eric Adams is currently fighting 3 wars right now simultaneously. He's fighting the migrant crisis. He's fighting the Biden administration, who refuses to send him adequate help to deal with the migrant crisis. And he's also fighting New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who is actively working against Eric Adams, preventing him from sending the so-called migrants to other counties throughout New York State in order to relieve some of the pressure being felt in New York City. Now, what many people don't know is that not too long ago, the Biden administration actually hit back at Eric Adams, putting the blame of the migrant crisis affecting the city to the degree that it is on him. And here's what they had to say about it. The Biden administration pushed back Monday at criticisms that it hasn't done enough to help New York address its migrant crisis, citing 24 areas where the city can strengthen its migrant operations. 2 letters obtained by Politico were sent to Governor Kathy Hochul and Mayor Eric Adams on Monday from Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas in response to the city and state's concern over not getting more help from the federal government. Mayorkas mentioned structural and operational issues found during a week-long assessment of the city's operations starting on August 7th, but didn't give specifics, saying the recommendations would be first shared Monday with the city. The structural issues included governance and organization of the migrant operations, including issues of authority, structure, personnel, and information flow, Mayorkas wrote. The operational issues include the subjects of data collection, planning, case management, communications, and other aspects of day-to-day operations. An official familiar with the recommendations to the city said it includes improving data collection at intake, better communication with the migrants, and bolstering information for the migrants regarding their ability to apply for work authorization and the need to apply for asylum. We are hopeful that our recommendations will equip the city to take additional steps to improve the migrant operations and maximize the value of our continued partnership and your support, Mayorkas added. So that's what the Biden administration had to say through Mayorkas. But in true Eric Adams fashion, he didn't back down. For its part, the city said it was pleased to see the federal government more engaged in its plight. But New Yorkers deserve the facts. So let's be clear. Our requests from the federal government remain the same and, quite frankly, unaddressed, Adams' spokesperson said in a statement. Today's conversation also did not address the situation on the ground where thousands of asylum seekers continue to arrive in our city with no end in sight, Adams' spokesperson added. So now here we are at the 9/11 memorial, and here's how things panned out. Mayor Eric Adams grimaced as he stood next to a grinning Vice President Harris at Manhattan's 9/11 Memorial Monday, a scene that said it all about tension between local and federal Democrats over migrants. Harris, who was filling in for President Biden at the hallowed service, spent much of her time in the morning before the ceremony smiling and laughing with Governor Kathy Hochul, who was to her left, the video shows. Adams, standing on the vice president's right, frowned as he looked away, an apparently frosty encounter publicly displaying the split between City Hall and the White House over the crisis. His Honor insisted to the Post while walking back to his office after Monday's Lower Manhattan service that he and Harris exchanged pleasantries, but that he did not bring up the flood of migrants overwhelming the city. I wanted to be there to show my respect, the mayor said, referring to the service. He added that he is open to discuss with the Biden administration the country's border disaster if there is an opportunity, not at ground zero, to engage in the things that have to be talked about. Adams has staunchly and repeatedly urged Biden to push for more control at the border and provide a significant increase in funding to help cover the estimated $12 billion it will cost the city through 2025. He also ripped the Hochul administration for not doing enough to help handle the influx of asylum seekers. And on Sunday, Adams doubled down on his controversial claim that the migrant crisis will destroy the Big Apple if the city doesn't get more aid.
This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City.
So like I said earlier, and as you all can clearly see, Eric Adams is literally fighting three wars at this point: the migrant disaster, the Biden administration, and the Hochul administration. That's wild. But that is also the job that he signed up for. Yet I'm pretty sure he didn't expect that he would get abandoned by his own party the way that he did. It is amazing how things can change rather quickly, because Eric Adams not too long ago went from the Biden of Brooklyn to not speaking to Biden at all. And with all that being said, that does it for today's video. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button so you'll be notified whenever I release a new video. All social media links will be pinned in the comment section below. I also have a Telegram group now, so if you have Telegram, make sure to hit the link in the description box below as well as pinned in the comment section to join my Telegram group. And also, please make sure you text tdhiphop to number 33222. That's tdhiphop to number 33222. That way you'll get a text notification whenever I release a new video, but it also serves as an insurance plan for myself, so in case YouTube ever gives me the axe, I'll be able to send you a direct link to where you can find me next. And last but certainly not least, for those of you who have a love and appreciation for the work that I put in on this channel, the number one way you can show your support is through Patreon. For only $3 a month, that will help put me in position to take TD Hip Hop Media off of YouTube. Remember, the goal is not to grow big on YouTube, but to grow independent of YouTube. And for those of you who have issues with joining Patreon, you can also hit the join button that's next to the subscribe button, and that way you can become an official channel member for as little as $3 a month as well. And lastly, if you haven't already, please make sure you join the emailing list. There is no way that I can go independent of YouTube if I cannot take the audience with me. And the link to that will be pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you for your time, and until the next video, peace.